I didn't like this latest season of American Horror Stories. I feel like it didn't live up to the previous two seasons, and I think because it was announced as a four-part event, I almost feel like it should have been flawless. Now, my bar is pretty low for American Horror Story at this point in general, but I did find myself gravitating more towards the American Horror Stories because I think they had opportunities to explore things that might not have actually made it to a full season. Now, this season of American Horror Stories had 4 episodes, making it the shortest of the 3 seasons by far. But I don't think that the 4 episodes that they gave us were quality episodes. There was Bestie, which kind of hit on very current themes of not knowing who you're talking to on the internet. And although I think it was probably the more compelling of the 4, it wasn't my favorite because I felt like it was too predictable. The second one we had was Daphne, which is basically what happens when your Alexa spies on you and then starts to fall in love. I think it's a commentary on AI and the possible dangers that arise from its creation. Then number 3, you had Tapeworm, which is the one I think most of us are familiar with. And now, in that episode, you have a girl who is hell bent on staying thin in order to book a modeling job or sign a modeling contract and stay employed. But ultimately, this is something that I feel like is probably more relevant to the 1980s or 90s when swallowing tapeworms was actually a huge issue. And then the 4th episode we had was Oregon, which basically was just about organ harvesting. And I think all of the themes were very common. I think they're kind of overdone. They weren't necessarily scary either. And I think when you introduce a 4-part series, and there's only 4 episodes in the entire series, I think you really need to bring your best work. Now, despite my personal opinion on the execution of the episodes, I do think some of the themes that they were touching on are quite important. For instance, the lesson in Bestie and in Daphne, I think, are extremely relevant. I think they kind of precipitate the environment that the US in particular is moving into. And honestly, I think they are worth a conversation piece and a commentary. But the other 2 episodes, the content was dated. With that, though, I do think that in future seasons of American Horror Stories, if we get them, I would like to see connections to the actual American Horror Story series, but I would also like to see some other explorations and tales of different things that we might not ever get a chance to look at in the regular seasons. Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I will see you guys on my next video.